Alright, we're at the bottom of my 2007 Duramax Classic GMC to be exact. LBZ engine. I bought this truck at 201,000 miles on it. It's got 252 on it now, and doing the last mod I've been wanting to do for a long time. A lift pump. So the truck had an EFI Live 5-switch tuner installed by the previous owner, a contractor down south of Minnesota. I kind of enhanced everything when I got it. 4-inch exhaust, resonator, cat delete, EGR, physical delete, even though the EGR is already deleted from EFI Live, and LBZ motor. Did I say that right? This is my 4-inch exhaust. The exhaust is kind of loud, so I threw the resonator in the back there to quiet down a little bit, and now it's got a nice sound. So, PPE lift pump. Why? I can afford it. There's other pumps out there, the Bully Dog and the Fast pumps, which are probably as good or better, but they have filters on there. I seen those installations where the filter's hanging below the frame down here, and occasionally seeing this truck here go in the woods. It's not a show truck. It's not a hot rod. But I'm pulling a camper, my fifth wheel camper behind here, and a trailer behind that. I'm pulling about 12,000 pounds, so, and this should have been done a long time ago. Pump's cheap. Came with some relays. So I mounted it here, as you can tell. I drilled right through this here for 2 1/4-inch bolts. Right to the back side. I don't know if you can see that or not. My fittings came from NAPA, 1/2-inch NPT to 1/2-inch pipe nipple over here, and a 1/2-inch NPT 9-degree to 1/2-inch nipple. I will give this part numbers here after I throw this on YouTube. I simply just cut the line. Right there, I pull out the steel hose off the grommets. Use a little tubing cutter, and I was able to use. I bought 4 feet of 1/2-inch hose. I only used 3 feet. I did double clamp here because now this is not under pressure. There's no real barb on this steel line. I also sanded the fuel line down a little bit so that I had a nice clean connection here and here. Of course, chassis ground. Made sure it's nice and shiny. That there's just like this here green, purple crap is just battery terminal protector. Positive wire ran down, a few zip ties here and there. And for those that are reading this gizmo here, what's that? That is the cooler for the fuel for on the return line. It cools the fuel on return before it goes to the tank. As you can tell, but a lot of guys are about these pumps higher up, closer, kind of pain in the ass to get to them. This thing has performed really well for 250,000 miles on it, so I figured this would be a good location. It's still close to the fuel tank, and I ran it, good to go. I'll show you next the fuse block. So yeah, by 4 feet of line, I used 3 feet of line, 5 clamps, of course, clamp, 2 on the pressure, This here is still suction from the line coming down the tank. Alright, up to the top. Oh, too old for this. Yeah, Classic Duramax, but it's a good truck. I like it. So, one of the reasons why I posted this, because not many got, for a pump that's solving a problem on Duramax, I see little on YouTube on what guys did. Again, this is 07 Classic LBZ motor. So the relays, I hung back there. Oh, there. Hey, Mr. Spider. Okay, cool. I hung back there off that one bolt there. Does can you see it? Oh yeah, right there. That's my for my start. 2 relays. Why? I've seen a lot of reviews on these pumps from 2011-12. Guys running direct wiring, and this is 2022 now, and the pump comes with the harnesses or the relays. One relay is to power up the relay. Another relay is to go off of crank voltage. So back in the day, guys that had problems turning their key on, and it pops running right away. And these newer Chevy trucks, you turn the key off, well, the lights stay on for 10 minutes or 10 seconds or whatever you have your DR, set at. And some guys run a toggle switch on there. That, like I said, the relay comes with a pump now. So what I did is I ran a couple fuse taps. Fuse taps are kind of, again, I'll give you part numbers for these. I got from NAPA also. Fuse tap, you pull the fuse out. The bottom fuse will be the fuse that was in there. The top fuse is what my system required. Then you just push in. I made sure the taps are in right. Oh, wait a minute, wrong place. You have to have the live wire, the power going before the fuse. So what I do, so on the main power went here. You can go almost anywhere you want to. Here on the crank. So how this works how it works out. So you have ignition power, and you have crank power to activates relay. So that way, you turn the key on, nothing happens. Turn the key off, nothing happens. When you bump the starter, one relay will energize the other relay to power it up. That's the way you can handle your vehicle with accessories on there, not have the pump running. So for crank, I went to, I can see this. I went to the crank fuse, which is here, and for ignition I went up to number 4. Number 4 in a diesel is auction, blah blah blah, control module, diesel engine. If you go to 5, that's live all the time, and I discovered that. So this pump, this number 4, comes on when you start the vehicle and it turns off and you turn it off. No delayed action, nothing like that. Hope you can see that. Number 4 is for ignition. Crank is on the crank fuse. So that crank fuse's tap is right here, and being that these tap fuses already are fused, I'm able to cut out. I cut out the original fuse, and I'll use these for some other project down the road. These are actually really nice fuse holders, but in this case, the taps have the fuse capacity and I'm good to go. So you've seen how I hook it up, and ask the questions if you have to. So now I got wires. They're going to be coming into. Oh, also another thing. So to pull off the main cover off, you got to pull the brace off. This brace here goes from the cowling to down here. You pull that off there, the entire cover comes off to expose this tab here. So now that's all, it works and it runs. I actually labeled a couple relays here as I was going along here learning the star relay. I pulled out the flip relay when I powered everything up, or actually when I wanted to cut the lines, make sure there's no pressure on the system. Now I'm going to have these wires here going under that cover through there. So what I did too was I cut out a little opening for the wires to go through. There's a Anyway, there's an opening over here already cut out ready for the main feed wire. Then I just added that way the wires will come through underneath here and not chaff up or not cut by this little this is kind of goes along the side of the fuse box itself. You seal it a little bit. It's not really a seal, just kind of cover. And hope you can see that. So, oh yeah, my lane taps, 2 of them, NAPA. I'll can't even see that. I'll put part numbers in there, and yeah, it works good. They say the LBZs really are like this kind of a deal. If you want to know why, find something else on YouTube. It's all about this DP3 pump. Instead of sucking this, blah blah blah. You know, and also for that, this PPE pump brand. Why that? I can afford it. Bully Dog, fast. They make some really nice systems. Like I said before, man, they're going for $400, $700, and to me, this is a work truck for pulling the camper, and I didn't have to afford the best because I couldn't afford the best. So there you have it. This here, by the way, is for my what's that for? That's for my remote start. So yeah, crank fuse here, ignition 1 fuse over here. I did try, by the way, I originally put it on auxiliary power the first time, and like I said, the pump stayed on when I turned the key off, because that was kind of just, that was attached to a system where it leaves your headlights on for 10 seconds or 20 seconds when you need the vehicle. So that's the deal there. I hope this is clear for you. I'm posting this because I did not see any really good descriptions on how this is done on Duramax. 07 Classic, so this should be good to 07, 06, probably 05 and lower. 2008's changed entirely to a different motor and different wiring and different cabin and different everything. So, of course, I ran some covering to get kind of get tidy up. I also ran across, I don't know if you can see this big old fuse back here, 175 amp fuse, was really corroded. Didn't even know that. And that fuse cost me like $7 from NAPA. For long there, I had 2 leads. Nice, it was all, what I had before, it's all gangrene like connections, and so that's going to be just a little preventive kind of a deal. And that's it. Again, if you have any questions, just post it there, and if you have any better ideas than me, then post it also. But I think that this is a success and a low budget lift pump for a Duramax truck, and especially key is the connections. Alright, happy Hanukkah and what have you, and New Year's and all that good stuff.